This is a Second Thought video in collaboration with Better Ideas. Make sure to watch his video after this. In a previous episode, we looked at what would happen to your body if you stopped drinking soda. The list was pretty impressive, and the most common question in the comments was, what about caffeine? So in this video, we'll be answering just that. So, let's get started. We all know that caffeine is responsible for that little energy boost you get when you drink a cup of coffee, but what exactly is it? Caffeine is a natural stimulant found most commonly in coffee, tea, and cocoa plants. The first brewed tea has been traced back as far as 2700 BCE, and caffeine is currently the most widely used psychoactive drug in the world, with 80% of the world's population consuming a caffeinated product every day, and upwards of 90% of adults in North America. Caffeine's main effect is on your brain. It blocks the production of adenosine, the chemical responsible for making you feel tired. It also stimulates the production of dopamine and adrenaline, giving you that rush you crave before work or school. And there's the main problem with caffeine. It's incredibly addictive. How many of you know someone who says, "Don't talk to me before I've had my coffee," or "I can't function in the morning without my Starbucks"? Probably quite a few. As annoying as that is, people who say things like that probably actually mean it. Their body is so accustomed to a caffeine hit at the same time each morning that if they don't get it, they start to experience withdrawal. The symptoms of withdrawal usually begin 12 to 20 hours from your last caffeine fix, peaking 2 days later and generally lasting about a week if you don't cave and have a soda or a cup of coffee to make it go away. Withdrawal symptoms include mild to severe headaches, depending on how much caffeine you usually consume. Generally, your headaches will be very mild if your body is used to less than 500 milligrams of caffeine per day. That's about 5 cups of coffee, which seems like a lot to many of us, but there are people who drink all that coffee or even more, and it's not just coffee that counts towards that 500 milligram figure. If you have a soda with lunch and tea in the afternoon, they'll contribute to your caffeine dependency too. If you're trying to cut out caffeine entirely, the list of withdrawal symptoms is pretty intimidating. First and most obviously, caffeine is a stimulant, so you'll lose the little energy kick you had relied on to get through the day. You'll also miss out on the psychological mood and concentration boost your favorite caffeinated drink provides. One of the drawbacks of caffeine for people with anxiety issues is that the increased adrenaline production can actually trigger symptoms that feel like a panic attack. If you're trying to quit caffeine to avoid this issue, well, we've got some bad news for you. Caffeine withdrawal can actually cause depression and anxiety too. According to one study by Johns Hopkins, about 13% of people suffer significant impairment while trying to quit. You'll also feel increasingly irritable. Every little thing will get on your nerves. You'll probably suffer from constipation for a few days, since caffeine stimulates bowel activity and your body has become accustomed to it. Strangely enough, you might have to deal with insomnia for a week or so. Typically, we think of consuming caffeine as a culprit behind insomnia, and while that often is the case, your body will protest the lack of caffeine too, and you'll be especially aware of it when you're lying in bed trying to sleep. This all sounds pretty unpleasant, but the health benefits are probably worth it. After the painful withdrawal period, you'll begin to sleep better and feel more rested during the day. You likely won't feel the need for an afternoon pick-me-up to make it through the rest of the day. Caffeine has been linked more and more closely with panic attacks and anxiety disorders, the most common form of mental illness in the United States. Cutting back on caffeine could very likely lessen their severity. Your headaches should disappear, at least those you associated with lack of coffee or caffeinated beverages. Your teeth will thank you as well. Caffeinated drinks, especially dark sodas and coffee, are notorious for staining the enamel of your teeth, giving you a less charming, yellower smile. Cutting these drinks from your daily routine will help keep your teeth healthy and bright. Finally, you'll suffer less from heartburn. Over 20% of all Americans report that they experience heartburn at least once a week, and 7% experience it daily. Coffee is a particularly bad trigger for people who suffer from heartburn, so reducing your coffee intake will help prevent painful episodes. All that being said, caffeine isn't all bad. In moderation, it can actually have some pretty positive side effects. Reports have shown that people who drink 2 to 3 cups of coffee daily when spaced out throughout the day have up to a 45% lower risk of suicide and a 13% lower risk of depression, as well as improved alertness and reaction time. Other studies have suggested a reduced risk of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, as well as several forms of cancer and liver damage. Of course, some of these studies don't differentiate between caffeine and the other substances present in coffee that probably contribute more to these health benefits. For example, you don't see the same health benefits when drinking a comparable amount of caffeine from soda. So overall, is it better to stop consuming caffeine altogether or keep it in moderation? Being addicted to any substance is never a good thing, But as long as you have the willpower to maintain a healthy rate of consumption, you're not going to suffer any life-threatening health effects. The jury is still out on whether caffeine is a good thing overall or a bad thing. But most doctors will agree that, in moderation, coffee and especially tea can be a reasonably healthy way to get a little boost to get you through a long day. It's certainly a lot better than getting your caffeine from sugary sodas, which are pretty much unanimously condemned as a very unhealthy option. So there you have it. If you don't want to rely on a psychoactive substance to have enough energy to get through the day, maybe cutting back on caffeine would be worth it for you. On the other hand, if a cup of coffee or 3 makes your morning significantly happier, maybe it's worth it for your mental well-being. Just remember, everything in moderation. If you do decide you want to quit or at least cut back on your caffeine intake, check out this video by Better Ideas, where he outlines some useful strategies to kick the addiction. If you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing to support the channel, and check out these playlists full of other great content. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.